Okay, we're going to start off by multiplying decimals. If we're multiplying a number like 14.72 times 1.8, the first thing we do is we actually count the number of digits that are after the decimal points. In this case, there are 3 digits after the decimal points. And then we just multiply 1472 multiplied by 18 in a normal way. We don't worry about the decimal points at this stage. And 8 2s is 16, then you're 6 and you carry the 1 here. And 8 7s is 56 and 1 is 57. 7 and you put down your 5. It doesn't matter whether you write your 5 down here or up here. It doesn't really matter, just once you record it somewhere. Then 8 4s is 32 and 5 is 37. 7 and again you carry your 3. We put it here. And 8 1s is 8 and 3 is 11. Okay, now I'm now going to multiply by the 1. And all I have to do with that, of course, is add a 0 on here and then 1472. All right, because 1 by 2 is 2, 1 by 7 is 7, 1 by 4 is 4, and so on. And now I add these up and I'm going to get 6, 9, 4, 7, 7 is 14, and carry the 1, and that's 6 and 2. Now I look at my decimal points. And I've got 3 digits after the decimal point when I'm multiplying up here. So I have to move my decimal point back 3 times. It kind of lives here. So once, twice, 3 times. So my decimal point is here. So my answer is 26.496. Okay, let's do another example of that. Let's, for example, do 0.4 times 0.002. Well, there are 4 decimal points, 4 digits after decimal point, so 4 after decimal point, leave that there. Now I just multiply the numbers as per normal. 4 multiplied by 2, how easy does it get? 8. Okay, now I need to move the decimal point back 4 places, and there's the decimal point here. I need to move it back, but there's nowhere to move it back at this stage. There's no other numbers here, you know. So maybe what I'm going to do, I'm going to write down an 8, and I'm going to put a number of zeros beforehand. And it doesn't really matter. I'm just using these to kind of help me. Now I'm going to put my decimal point here and move it back 4 times. Once, twice, 3, 4. So my answer is 0.0008. Small number. But that's the answer to do that. So we count the decimal points, then multiply without the decimal points. Don't worry about them. And we get our answer and move the decimal point back. I hope that helps. Now let's do division. Okay. Now, division. Just say we're dividing 16.45 divided by 5. Okay, 5 into 1 doesn't go, that's 0 times. 5 into 16 goes 3 times, and I carry my 1 because there's 1 left over. 5 into 14 goes, put down my decimal point because you see, there it is there, so I carry it down in exactly the same position. Then 5 into 14 goes twice, 5 2s are 10, and there's 4 left over. And 5 into 45 goes 9 times. So the answer is 3.29. Maybe let's do another example as well. 25.6 divided by 2. Okay, so 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 5 goes twice, and I carry my 1 up here. Carry down my decimal point, 2 into 16 goes 8. So the answer is 12.8. There's one thing you need to be careful of. When you're dividing by a decimal, when you're dividing by a decimal, in other words, something like this, 9 divided by 0.3. So if I write that out like this, divided by 0.3, what we do is, we don't like this decimal on the bottom, the decimal point on the bottom. It's not nice looking, it's not that easy to divide by it. So what we do is, we multiply top and bottom by 10. Okay, we multiply by 10 because it gets rid of this 0.3 on the bottom. That's going to give me 90 on the top, because 9 multiplied by 10 is 90. And 0.3 multiplied by 10 is 3. Now I have 90 divided by 3, and the answer is 30. Okay, so let's do another one of those. So you're asked to divide 1.284 and to divide it by 0.12. Well, if we write it out like we saw the last question, 1.284 divided by 0.12, I'm going to multiply the bottom. There's no point multiplying the bottom by 10 because that's only going to bring my decimal point into here, and I still have a decimal on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 100. And you know what 100 over 100 is equal to? Yes, 1. So we're multiplying it by 1, which doesn't change the number, we're just changing the decimal point position. So if you multiply the 100 on the top, the decimal point is going to go from here, 1, 2. So it's going to go to 128.4. And on the bottom, it's going to go to 1, 2. We're dividing it by 12. Now we have a 128.4 divided by 12. Well, 12 into 12 goes, 12 into 1 doesn't go at all. We can put a 0 if you like, but it doesn't make any difference. And 12 into 12 goes once. And then 12 into 8 doesn't go at all, 0. I put down my decimal point. I carry my 8 over here because I didn't use it. And 12 into 84 goes 7 times. So the answer is, we don't need this 0 here, do we? That looks a bit messy. So the answer is equal to 10.7. Okay, I hope that helps.